So in the in the last class we have finished linear regression, and today we are going to start a new supervised learning model, that is decision tree. So no. So first we will see an example. So consider some instances are given here. So these are the readings of different day attributes like outlook, temperature, humidity and wind. Now our target concept is play tennis. Okay, so the person will decide to play a tennis or not based on the conditions of the environment. So for that he decides based on 4 attributes. The attributes are outlook, temperature, humidity and wind. So few samples or few instances are given, and based on that so we have to decide, we have to learn a function, so decide for the future instance. Now here we have 14 instances, and outlook has total sunny, overcast and rain. So for outlook we have 3 values: sunny, overcast and rain. For temperature also we have 3 values: hot, mild and cool. For humidity we have 2 values: high and normal. And for wind we have 2 values, that is weak and strong. Okay, so how many total combinations are possible? So 3 into 3 into 2 into 2. Okay, so 3 into 3, that is 9, 9 2s are 18, 18 2s are 36. So total 36 combinations are possible, and based on this combination we have to decide whether to play a tennis or not. Okay, so the result will be a binary one. Okay, no or yes. So from these samples we have to learn a target function. Now that target function we can represent in the form of a tree. Okay, so take any instance from these examples. Okay, for example, consider this sample. Okay, now so consider if we don't know the output value, that is yes or no, so we can utilize this decision tree to predict its value. Okay, so at the root node we are testing the outlook attribute. Okay, so for this instance the outlook value is rain, so we'll go in this branch. Okay, then we have to test wind attribute. So wind attribute of this instance is weak, so we have to go in this branch. Okay, and the result is yes, and as you can see in the data set it is yes. Okay, so this is how we can predict the value of the target function utilizing this decision tree, which is learned from this data samples. Okay, so here we have a label data, so input and output is given. So decision tree comes under supervised learning problem. Okay, now next thing you have to observe is the target function is discrete valued. Okay, the target function has a discrete values. So here we have a binary target function, its values are either yes or no. Okay, so in terms of, in decision tree your target function will be a discrete valued function. Okay, so remember this thing, discrete valued function. Okay, so from the given sample you can learn this decision tree and how to utilize this decision tree for the future sample. So consider this instance is given. For example, the instance is this one. Okay, consider this is our day 15. So we have the data about day 14, and from this data we have learned this decision tree, and consider these are the attributes of 15th day. Now we have to decide whether to play tennis or not. So first thing, at the root node we have to test for outlook attribute. So it is sunny. Okay, in the given instance it is sunny, so we have to follow the left branch. Then next we have to test for humidity attribute. It is high in the given instance, so we will go in the leftmost branch, and the result is no. No need of these two attributes. Based on these two attributes only, we can say that okay, it is not suitable, or okay. So what we are doing, we are starting with the root node and then we are following the branch. So then third thing you have to observe is, at each node we have to perform a test. Okay, we have to test for one particular attribute, and one branch means these branches are the possible values for that particular attribute, right? So Outlook has three options: sunny, overcast and rain. For wind we have two values, weak and strong. Okay, so in this decision tree, node indicates a test. Okay, it will be a test of one particular attribute, and one branch will be the value of that attribute. Okay, it represents one value possible for that attribute. Okay, so did you get the example? From the given training example, we can learn a model which we are representing in the form of a tree. That tree is known as a decision tree. So in that tree, the node will be one attribute, and we have to perform a test for that particular attribute. So for the given sample, okay, so we will start from the root. Okay, so the first attribute that we have to check is Outlook. In the given sample it is sunny, so we will go in that particular branch. So in this case it is a left branch. Then next test is on humidity attribute. The value is high, so we have to go in the leftmost branch. Okay, and the leaf node are the result. Okay, leaf node represents the decision for that given sample. Okay, so this is how we can utilize the decision tree. Now how to learn, that is another question that we will solve later on. Okay, so let us see the theory for decision tree. A decision tree is a method of approximating discrete valued target function. Our target function is a discrete valued. Okay, so in the previous example also we have seen the same thing, right? Our target function is the discrete valued, in which the learned function is represented by decision tree. Okay, our learned function will be represented in the form of a decision tree. Internally you can represent same thing using multiple if else. Okay, so how can I encode this decision tree in the form of if else? So I can write a code like if outlook equals to first value, that is sunny. Okay, then inside that I will write another if checking for the humidity. So if humidity equals to high, okay, and if humidity is high, then what? The result is no. So then I will write result equals to no. Else if, I will write else if humidity is normal, then result is yes. Okay, then in the outer if, so we will have the corresponding else if outlook is overcast, then his result is directly yes. Okay, so I can encode this decision tree in the form of multiple if else. Okay, so learned tree can also be re-represented as a set of if then rules. Okay, then next is decision tree classify instances by sorting them down the tree from root to some leaf node which provides the classification of the instance. Okay, so for the given instance, what we will do, we will start from the root and we will perform the test and we will follow the particular branch. This is how, and at the leaf node we will get the result for that particular instance. Now next fourth point is each node in the tree specifies a test. Okay, so each node represents a test of some attribute of the instance, and each branch descending from that node corresponds to one of the possible values. Okay, so branches are the possible values and the node is the test. In general, decision tree represents a disjunction of conjunction. Okay, so let us talk about this. In general, a decision tree represents a disjunction of conjunction. Okay, so consider the same decision tree. So what this statement is saying, our decision tree is nothing but a disjunction of conjunction. So you must be familiar with disjunction and conjunction. Conjunction means and we represent conjunction by this symbol, inverted V, and disjunction means or, and it is represented by V, right? Okay, now same decision tree I can represent in another representation, like in the form of disjunction of conjunction. So now see here, this leftmost branch can be encoded as outlook equals to sunny and humidity equals to normal. So we are interested when the output is yes. Okay, rest will be no. Okay, so we are interested when the output is yes, so we'll encode that particular branches only. Okay, so we have to consider this branch, okay, not this one. So I can encode it like when outlook equals to sunny and this and is important and humidity is normal, or then we have or outlook equals to overcast, or outlook equals to rain and wind equals to weak. If this happens, then my output will be yes, otherwise no otherwise. Okay, so we have seen three representation of same thing. Either you can represent your learned function in the form of a decision tree, or you can represent in the form of if then rules, or you can represent same thing in the form of disjunction of conjunction. Okay, so why it is called disjunction of conjunction? Because every bracket is a conjunction and we have disjunction of these brackets. So disjunction of conjunction of constants. Okay, so did you get the theory about decision tree? So we are in the decision tree, we are representing our learned function in the form of a decision tree, and for the given instance how we are classifying it, we'll start from the root, okay, and we'll perform the test and we'll follow that particular branch, and at the leaf node we'll get the output. Now the applications are, so decision tree is a classifier, right? So whenever we have a discrete valued output, then we can apply the decision tree. Few sample examples are learning to classify medical patient by their diseases. Okay, so we will have a symptoms of different diseases. Okay, so we have a finite number of diseases, okay, and we will have finite number of symptoms, right? So from the given symptoms we can predict the disease of a particular patient. Then equipment malfunction by their cause. Okay, so there will be discrete valued causes and we can predict the malfunction based on that. Then loan application by their likelihood of defaulting on payments. Okay, so this bank will expect that we should repay their loan, right? So based on the history, okay, so whether a customer has repaid the loan or not, so based on that data they can predict that for the future customer whether he will be able to repay the loan or not. Okay, based on different parameters like what is his salary, what is his age, okay, then what is his I think there is one सर ते लोन काय असतं ते क्रेडिट स्कोर ना कस्टमरचा सिबिल स्कोर. Yes, every customer will have some CIBIL score or some credit score. So based on that, they will check whether he will be able to repay his loan or not. Okay, so these are few sample applications. The next thing is such problems in which the task is to classify examples into one of the discrete set of possible categories are often referred as classification problem. Okay, so here we have a definition of classification problem. So what we do in classification, we classify the given example into, so we have a given example, and there will be finite set of categories. So consider we have 3 categories. So we'll classify this given example in one of the category, one of the possible categories. Okay, that is the classification problem. Now consider we want to learn this tree from this given. So let me erase this. So we have this problem. Okay. Now the main question that we have to address is which attribute should be tested at the root node and on the subsequent node. Okay, if you can address that, then you can build a tree out of this given samples. Okay, so total we have 4 attributes. Now at the root node, which attribute to be tested, that we have to decide. So for that we need some test. Okay, that will tell us you have to use outlook at the root node. Okay, so once you have decided to use outlook at the root node, then how many possible values are there for outlook? We have 3 possible values. So from this node you have to draw 3 branches. Okay, now next test, the next question that you have to address is which attribute to be selected at this node, then at this node, and then at this node. Okay, so this is how you have to construct a decision tree. For that we have to have this statistical test. So we have multiple statistical tests, so we'll study them one by one. So that question we have to address. Each instance attribute is evaluated using a statistical test to determine how well it alone classifies the training example. Now consider one example. Consider temperature is very important in determining whether to play a tennis or not. So we'll decide if the temperature is hot, then we will not play tennis. Okay, and consider out of this 14 samples, consider 10 are having temperature equals to hot. Temperature equals to hot, and 4 are having, and out of this 4, for 2 samples we have temperature equals to mild and temperature equals to cold. And if my temperature is hot, I am saying no. Okay, and if it is cold, I will say yes, and for mild I will say yes. Okay, now consider this scenario. Now which attribute is more useful or more powerful? So in this instance, this temperature is more powerful. Why? Because for classifying 14, temperature alone can classify 10 sample easily. Okay, so for this 10 sample we have to check only temperature attribute. We need not to check other attributes. It alone can classify 10 examples. Okay, so for this example I can say that temperature is more powerful as compared to other 3 attributes. So we have to check which attribute is more powerful, okay, more useful for classifying the example. Okay, so what is our strategy? We are going to select the attribute that is more useful for classifying the examples. Okay, and that we will be doing based on the statistical test. Now one such statistical test is known as information gain. Okay, so this is very popular concept from the information theory. So we will be calculating a information gain for each attribute, and we are going to select that particular attribute which is having the highest information gain value. The formula for that is this one. Okay, so where entropy is given by this formula. Okay, so we'll see for same example, and we'll try to find out the decision tree for this example. Okay, so we'll be implementing these equations and we'll be deriving a decision tree for this training examples. Okay, so what we have in the formula, so we use a statistical property called information gain that measures how well a given attribute separates the training examples according to their target classification. Okay, so this attribute will tell how well the given attribute separates the training examples. Okay, so if the information value is higher, then it is able to classify more training examples, right? So just like in previous example, temperature is able to classify 10 examples based on a single value. Okay, so formula, so how to read this gain SA? So A is our attribute and S is our sample space. Okay, so S represent a set of examples. So gain of attribute A relative to a collection of example S is defined by gain S comma A equals to entropy of S minus summation of V belongs to values of A. Values of A means possible values of attribute A. So if you consider temperature, so these values of A will have three values, that is hot, mild and cold. Okay, so we have to take a summation of over all possible values. Now SV is a set of examples where so consider temperature equals to hot, so it will be a set of examples where temperature is hot. Okay, so you have to take a subset of examples. Okay, you have to decide, you have to find out the subset and then again you have to calculate the entropy. Okay, so it will be clearer through the example. Then entropy is given by this. Okay, so now here the C is classes. How many classes are there? So in the previous example we have two classes, that is yes and no. So this is a summation from I equals to 1 to C. Then this pi represents a proportion of S belonging to class I. So consider we have class yes. Okay, so how many population belongs to that class? So we have to calculate that proportion. Okay, then log base 2 of that proportion, that will give us the entropy value. So let us calculate these values for the given problem. And if you have a Boolean classification, Boolean means what? Two values. So in previous also we have two values, yes or no, or positive or negative. Then that entropy formula will becomes what? CK value 2A, right? So you will have summation of 2. Okay, so minus P positive. Okay, so this is a proportion of positive population, log base 2 same thing, minus proportion of negative examples and log base 2 of the same thing. Okay, so let us calculate the entropy scores for the given examples. Okay. So we have a formula for gain S comma A. Okay, so how to read this? Gain of attribute A over training example set yes. So the formula is entropy of S minus summation V belongs to values in A. Then we have a division. So this vertical line represents the cardinality of that set, means how many elements are there in that set. then entropy of SV, and the entropy is given by, so I will be writing the simple formula of entropy because we have a binary classification problem. So that is minus P, a proportion of positive examples, log base 2, same thing, same entity, then log base 2 proportion of negative examples. Okay, so let us calculate these values for our given problem. So we have to calculate gain for every attribute. Okay, so here we have 4 attributes, that is humidity, temperature, then next one is outlook, and then wind. Okay, so we have to calculate 4 values, that is gain of training examples when you have humidity, then gain of S when you have temperature attribute, gain of examples when the attribute is outlook, gain S when the attribute is wind. Then we will be selecting that particular attribute which is having the highest gain value at the root node. Okay, so we are constructing a decision tree. Now what we are determining, which attribute to be placed at this. Okay, so we have to select that attribute which has the most discriminating power, जिसका क्लासिफिकेशन पावर ज़्यादा है वो हमें यहाँ पे, डिस्क्रिमिनेटिंग पावर जिसकी ज़्यादा है वो यहाँ पे हमें प्लेस करना है. ओके, दैट वी आर डिसाइडिंग बेस्ड ऑन द वैल्यूज ऑफ गेन. नाउ let us calculate the values. So we need the examples. Okay, this example is from the Michel book, Tom Michel book. Okay, now let us calculate the values for first attribute, that is outlook. Okay, so I will be calculating gain of training examples when my attribute is outlook. Okay, just put the values in this given equation. Entropy of S, entropy of S minus summation V belongs to, now we have set called values of A. So for outlook we have 3 values, right? Okay, so I will be writing that set here. So summation outlook values are sunny, then overcast, and then rain. So we will be taking one value at a time. Okay, so we have a summation of that, and then a cardinality of SV and S. Okay, so SV divided by S, and then entropy of SV. Okay, so now let us calculate. First we will calculate the entropy of entire set. Entropy of S, as we have a binary classification problem, that means you have 2 classes, positive and negative, right? Okay, so we'll write that formula, that is P plus log. Once you solve 2-3 problems, then you will remember these equations. This problem will be asked for 10 marks. Okay, so it will take around 15 to 20 minutes to solve that. Okay, now same set I can represent. Okay, so what I want, proportion of positive examples and negative examples. So we have to calculate how many are positive and how many are negative. Okay, so from the given set you calculate how many are positive. So you calculate number of yes here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So 9 are positive and remaining quantity, so total are 15. So I think 5 will be no. 1 2 3 4 5. 5 are negative examples. Okay, now what is this p plus? It is a proportion of positive example. Proportion means what? Out of total samples, that is 14, how many are positive? That is 9. Okay, so this is the value of p plus. Okay, similarly p negative, proportion of negative example. So out of 14, how many are negative? That is 5. Okay, so entropy of, so instead of saying yes, I can say this set as this tuple. Okay, so you always represent a set by this value, then it will be easier to write the values here. So proportion of positive example, so clearly from here you can write these values, minus then proportion of negative examples. So out of 14, 5 are the negative examples. Now I can easily calculate these values. Okay, so you require a calculator. Okay, so minus 9 into log base 2 in bracket 9 divided by 14 and ब्रैकेट के बाहर 9 log base 2 9 divided by 14 और ब्रैकेट के बाहर रहेगा डिवीजन बाय 14. Okay, the value is 0.4098. 0.4098. Okay, similarly the other part, minus 5 into log base 2 और ब्रैकेट में 5 डिवाइड बाय 14 और आउटसाइड everything divided by 14. Okay, so the result is 0.53 plus 0.53 और ये वैल्यू प्लस ओल्डर वैल्यू 0.4098. ओके, सो 0.94, द आंसर इज 0.94. ये हो गया एंट्रोपी का स्कोर. ओके, ये हमें यहाँ पे पुट करना है. ओके, सो गेन ऑफ एस आउटलुक इक्वल्स टू 0.94 माइनस, अब ये जो है v, आई विल राइट 3 सेपरेट वैल्यूज़ फॉर दिस. ओके, v की 3 वैल्यूज़ है ना, सो मैं सेपरेट आउट करता हूँ. सो s इक्वल्स टू, आर यू गेटिंग द प्रॉब्लम और नॉट? डू यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन? just let me finish for the outlook. Okay, then you will try to you will start getting the concept. Okay, once we will finish the outlook, then we will be calculating the same thing for the humidity, temperature and the wind. Okay, so you will understand what is the process, and so once you follow the steps, then the calculation will be faster. Okay, then SV, the value of V is, first value is sunny. Okay, so I will write sunny divided by then entropy S, सबस्क्रिप्ट में क्या है V, द वैल्यू इज सनी, माइनस नेक्स्ट वैल्यू क्या है, ओवरकास्ट है और बाद में रेन है. सो S ओवरकास्ट डिवाइड बाय S एंट्रोपी S ओवरकास्ट माइनस S लास्ट में है रेन डिवाइड बाय S एंट्रोपी S रेन. ओके, देन 0.94 माइनस, ओके ये क्या है, वर्टिकल लाइन मीन्स कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ द ट्रेनिंग एग्जाम्पल्स व्हेन माय आउटलुक इज सनी. ओके, सनी कितने सैम्पल्स में है? ओके, सो कैलकुलेट 1 2 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the numerator is 5 divided by total samples कितने 14. Then we have entropy, है ना, entropy. और ये सेट को मैं अपने नोटेशन में डिनोट करूँगा, ठीक है, पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव. सो फॉर सनी, how many are positive and negative? Okay, so you have to consider only those examples where outlook equals to sunny. तो हमारे पास 5 सैम्पल्स है, ठीक है, वो 5 सैम्पल्स में आप फाइंड आउट कीजिए कि कितने पॉजिटिव है कितने नेगेटिव है. तो फर्स्ट जो पॉसिबल पेयर है दैट इज सनी नो, देन सनी नो, सनी येस एंड सनी येस. ओके, सो 2 आर पॉजिटिव एंड 3 आर नेगेटिव. ओके, सो व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, देखो हमें फाइंड आउट करना है एंट्रोपी एज सबस्क्रिप्ट में है सनी. व्हेन आउटलुक इज सनी देन व्हाट इज द एंट्रोपी. ओके, सो फॉर दैट व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वी हैव टू कंसिडर ओनली दोज एग्जांपल्स व्हेन वेयर आउटलुक इज सनी. सो देयर आउट ऑफ 5 एग्जांपल्स 2 आर पॉजिटिव एंड 3 आर नेगेटिव, है ना. ओके, देन ओवरकास्ट का ये कितना है टोटल number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the fraction is 4 divided by 14. Then entropy. Okay, again find that I will write here plus and minus. Out of this 4, how many are positive and how many are negative? Okay, so here outlook is overcast. Okay, overcast yes, overcast yes, overcast yes and overcast yes. Okay, all are positive. Okay, so here the 4 plus 0 minus. Okay, then final third parameter when outlook is rain. Okay, so what is the count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 divided by 14 एंट्रोपी. और यहाँ पे फाइंड आउट करना पड़ेगा रेन में कितने पॉजिटिव है कितने नेगेटिव है. रेन यस, रेन नो. ओके, 2 पॉजिटिव 2 नेगेटिव, सो 2 प्लस 2 नेगेटिव.
3 and 2.
When rain equals to rain yes, rain no, and final rain no.
Sir, D10 also.
Okay, हाँ, yes. So 3 plus and 2 positive, 2 negative, right? So summation should be this value, right? 2 plus 3 that is 5, 4 plus 0 that is 4, 3 plus 2 is 5. Yes. Now if you have this notation you can easily find out the entropy score, right? Entropy का formula क्या है? This one, right? Okay, so I will find out the score, entropy score for this one. Okay, so minus 5 divided by 14. I will substitute the values. I will calculate the entropy score separately. Okay, and I will put the values here and I will calculate the final score here. Okay, so entropy of the first bracket is first bracket is 2 plus 3 minus 4 plus 0 minus 3 plus 2 minus. Okay, so first value is 2 plus 3 minus, then next one is 4 plus 0 minus, and the last one is, okay, just we'll calculate these values. Okay, so just recall the formula: p plus log base 2 p plus minus p minus log base 2 p minus, right? Okay, so now minus p plus the proportion of positive examples. Okay, so out of 5 2 are positive, log base 2 2 by 5. Okay, then P minus is the proportion of negative examples. So out of 5, 3 are negative. Log base 2, 3 by 5. Okay, so from the using the calculator you can easily find out these values. Okay, so once you have the samples in the form of this notation, you can easily find out the proportion values. Okay, that's why we are representing our samples. Instead of saying yes, Sunny, instead of saying representing by this notation, I am representing my samples in this notation. Okay, then similarly for this, so I have 4 plus 0 minus. Okay, so out of 4 all are positive. Log base 2, 4 divided by 4. Then out of 4 0 are negative. Log base 2, 0 by 4. Okay, 0 multiplied by anything will be 0. Then 4 by 4, that is 1. Log of 1 is 0, so the result is 0. Okay, so here we'll draw one conclusion. Okay, so if you have 0 in either of them, then the entropy score will be 0. Okay, so we have 0 samples in the negative set. Okay, so entropy score will be 0 in that case. That is our observation. So once you have this, okay, that is totally imbalanced data, right? Okay, so in that case entropy score will be 0. And when you have the balanced data, so consider entropy of 2 plus 2 minus. Okay, so here what will happen? Minus, total samples are 4, out of that 2 are positive. Log base 2, 2 by 4 minus नेगेटिव का, नेगेटिव कितना है? आउट ऑफ 4 2 आर नेगेटिव. लॉग बेस 2 by 4. ओके, सो इसका स्कोर आता है 1. ओके, इफ यू सिंप्लीफाई द स्कोर इज 1. सो व्हेन यू हैव परफेक्टली बैलेंस्ड डेटा, द एंट्रोपी स्कोर विल बी 1. ओके, सो रिमेंबर दिस 2 ऑब्जर्वेशन. So if you have any 0 value, entropy score will be 0. If you have balanced data, the entropy score will be 1. So you can directly write down the score, no need to calculate. Okay, so then final is 3 plus 2 minus. Okay, so positive example का proportion है 3 by 5. Log base 2 3 by 5 minus negative का ratio है 2 by 5. Okay, so you find out the values of this entropy. You put it here. Okay, calculate the final score. The gain for outlook will come out to be 0.246. Okay, similarly we will be calculating the gain score for humidity, temperature and wind. So outlook score is 0.246. For humidity it will come out to be 0.151. For temperature it is 0.029, and for for wind 0.048. Okay, so from these numbers we can conclude that the outlook has the highest discriminating power. Okay, so we will be placing outlook at the root node. Okay, so that is decided. So partial decision tree will look like this. Outlook, has 3 values. So this is branch where outlook equals to sunny. This is the branch where outlook equals to overcast. ये रहेगा overcast का. And this is outlook when it is raining. Okay, now then we have to decide which attribute to be placed at this node. We have to repeat the procedure, but this time we have to ignore the outlook because we have already utilized the outlook attribute. Ignore that, then, and the examples will also reduce because this is the branch where outlook equals to sunny. ओके, और सनी के केस में हमें पता है कि 2 पॉजिटिव 3 नेगेटिव है. राइट. सो ओनली 5 एग्जाम्पल्स यू हैव टू कंसिडर, है ना. यहाँ पे देखिए D1, D2, then D8, D9 and D11 you have to consider. Okay, and ignore the outlook and continue with the rest of the attributes. Here when outlook equals to overcast, we can directly consider, okay, overcast. So overcast जब है, यहाँ पे देखिए ये overcast का सेट है. So when it is overcast, we can directly declare that example as yes, okay, because 4 plus 0 नेगेटिव है, तो यहाँ पे ये ब्रांच क्लोज होती है. ओके, सो इफ ओवरकास्ट देन वी कैन से yes. ओके, रेन के केस में हमें ये इसके साथ कंटिन्यू करना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ वी प्रोसीड एंड वी कंप्लीट द डिसीजन ट्री. Okay, so we'll be completing this example in the tomorrow's lecture. Okay, any doubt till this point? Simple mathematics is there. Okay, first you have to understand the concept. Okay, what is the meaning of this variables? Okay, then you can easily calculate, and few calculation you can do it there itself, like no need to calculate entropy score separately. So once you have this split up, you can calculate the entropy score here itself. Okay, no need to take it separate and increase the length of your solution. हमने क्या किया, for the simplicity I have calculated it separately, but once you master this, okay, so you can calculate this score here itself. Okay, so what we can do, we can directly start with our formula and calculate the values there itself. Okay, तो हमें 4 values of gain find out करना पड़ेगा because we have 4 attributes. ठीक है, so we'll stop here. We'll continue with the same example tomorrow. Any doubt?